What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 68, and today we're returning with 3 big games with Aston Villa in the Premier League and the Champions League as well, as we first play host to Arsenal at Villa Park on the 12th of September. Then in midweek, we're away from home in Amsterdam to take on Ajax in the first game of our 6 big ones in the Champions League, where of course you watched the last episode, you would know we've also been joined against Monaco and Bayern Munich as well. Oh dear. And our third and final game today is away at St James's Park against Rafa Benitez's Newcastle United as well. Of course, you did miss the last episode as well. You would have missed a big signing too. On deadline day, we brought in a new striker, Lautaro Martinez, a signing you guys made for us. He's already grown 1 rating since he's picked him up as well. Looks absolutely fantastic. Signed for 38.5 mil plus Jonathan Kodjia. And the video I uploaded yesterday afternoon hasn't gone live for me yet. So I also let you guys vote on who should start, either Benteke and Brereton together, Brereton and Martinez, or Martinez and Benteke. And whatever the poll results are, we'll make those changes either in the next episode or the episode afterwards. But yeah, Martinez, I'd imagine, will probably be starting in one of those 2 places. Anyway, lots to get through today, so let's stop rambling. First game is Arsenal. Let's get to it. Although, just before we get there, we do have an email here letting us know that Mason Griffiths wants to terminate his contract. He says he's ready to be called up to the first team. I think this is the left winger who's got like 82, 88 potential, which isn't bad. But we've got better wingers here already, including El Shami, perhaps the new Mohamed Salah. So I'm going to let him go. Whenever a youth player forces my hand, he's actually to be fair, he's quite good. Okay, we'll promote him. Whenever a youth player forces my hand, like I will sometimes give them a contract if they're that good. But a lot of the time, I think, forget it, mate. You're not that good. But okay, let's find out Griffiths' potential real quickly then. To be fair, his over was quite decent coming out of the academy, and he only shows great potential, medium-low work rates, left wing, left mid position, and oh god, you know what? I should have released him. I should have released him. 2-star, 1-star, forget it. I'll release you now for 22 grand. You're not good enough. Get gone.
Well, here he is, the debut boy. Certainly one of the most interesting features of the match we're about to bring you, and it's live.
So first of the big triple header today then is indeed Arsenal at home, as we look for back-to-back wins after our victory at Southampton and hopefully our first win at Villa Park this season. We are lining up in a 3-5-2 for the game, but 2 changes after our win at St Mary's. Bustos is suspended, so Schupp will play down the right-hand side, and also up top, Martinez is going to make his debut in Benteke's place. I just got a feeling that you guys will say put Benteke on the bench, so I'm guessing, but I think that's probably what you're going to say. So Martinez will start up top alongside Brereton and see how he gets on in his debut. As for the Arsenal team, 5-2-3 as you would imagine, with a really great front trio. They seem to sign Thomas Lemar in every single career mode. He starts on the left, Gelson Martins on the right, and Timo Werner their striker as well.
Well, when you're a forward and you come into a new club, you know from your own experience, Alan, you want to make a good start. Here's his chance. It's his start today. Yeah, a goal here would certainly help his cause. It would relax him. You don't want to go 3, 4, 5 games not having found the back of the net.
For Arsenal, tackled by Gnabry, looking for Martinez. First chance good for here as we look to release Ben. Takes it around the covering defender, Manolas shoots. Oh, Ben Brereton, that's not fair. What a goal from Ben as he kicks the corner flag in celebration. He just sent Kostas Manolas walking the other way, going, where's he gone? Where's he gone? And then before he knows it, Ben fires one into the top corner for already his 3rd of the season. It's a brilliant start for Brereton, and it's 1-0 Aston Villa early. Martinez held it up really well. A nice little turn to send Manolas the wrong way. He recovered but couldn't recover on time because the finish was absolutely perfect. Brereton with a goal, Aston Villa 1, Arsenal 0, and the perfect start here at Villa Park. Actually, it's the 2nd goal for Brereton this season in the Premier League, not 3rd. But the other goal he scored was here as well against West Brom, as Icardi just made a fabulous save. I was very casual, but what a stop. Timo Werner running forward, and that is fingertip stuff from Buffon's regen as he turns behind for a corner, searching for his first clean sheet of the season. That's the way to try and get it. What a save. Despite that fabulous save and the goal we scored, there's not been much going on in the first half. We're still leading by 1 though, and I'll take that. But Arsenal are now beginning to press and look for that equaliser. Here's Kolasinac on the ball, held up by Alessandro Schupp, who gets it away. And as Barkley controls, maybe a quick chance for a break here. We've got pace up top, as we know, with the new man Martinez and Brereton. And it is Martinez onto it like a flash, taken down. And that's got to be a straight red card for Lauren Koscielny. The captain taking one for the team, but he's also going to be taking an early bath because that is definitely a red card. Last man Martinez sent through. We're just waiting for the referee to confirm it. Where is it? Yellow? What? Are you... What? Koscielny takes him down. How is that not a straight red? How is that not a straight red? Koscielny was the last man, and that, well, Lauren Koscielny, you are one lucky boy. That is a definite red card in my book, and I'm pretty sure everyone else's. How is that not a straight red card? It was a clear goal-scoring opportunity. Well, free kick anyway, and still a chance to go 2 goals up, but that has baffled me, that. Now, we've got Lewis in the team that can take free kicks, Barkley as well, but what I think I might do here is roll it off because it's so close to the goal, and I'll roll it for Barkley to run onto, and then strike it, and Sommer makes the save, and it goes behind for a corner, but I'm stunned by that. That had to be a red card. The second half has begun. We're still leading by 1. We should have the man advantage though. I'm still stunned by that lack of red card from the referee. Unless there was a man covering that I didn't see, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe there was and I had my blinkers on. But to me, it looked like a straight red card last man. But it's still 1-0. 8 minutes after the restart. If we hold on to the 3 points, I won't mind whether Arsenal are down to 10 men or not. But here they come with Werner, denied by Icardi, and another fabulous save by a young Italian. Twice today he's frustrated the German. First one better than this one, but either way, great reactions there as he turns it onto the post with the forearm and then the face. Kolasinac for Arsenal into Gelson Martins, and well, there goes the clean sheet. We just can't keep them. Francois Coquelin fires in the equaliser, and Arsenal back on level terms with 25 minutes to go. And if we don't win this game, still winless of Villa Park to start the season off. And unfortunately, as the wait for the clean sheet goes, Arsenal right back on level terms. Cardi's made some brilliant saves today. 2 fantastic ones against Timo Werner, but at the moment our defence just isn't there. And I'm thinking we need to make some alterations heading into the game against Ajax. Cross the middle, Martinez! Aston Villa 2, Arsenal 1, and Martinez marks his debut with a goal as well, and right from kickoff we're back in front. Aston Villa 2, Arsenal 1, and if we can't stop conceding, then we'll need to keep scoring. 2-1. Brilliant work from Schupf in the team for Bustos today due to suspension. What a cross, and Martinez kept his eyes on the prize and heads it past Jan Sommer and into the back of the net. First goal in the Premier League for our new Argentine. Dream start, and we're back in front. One final chance for the Gunners to salvage a point here and come back twice in the game. It's Timo Werner inside. Gelson Martins. Oh, I don't believe it. The wait for a win at Villa Park is going to continue. It's Aston Villa 2, Arsenal 2. Our woeful defence continues. These Arsenal players love Arsene Wenger. They want him to stay. And the Gunners are going to claim a point right at the death. And we have really struggled this season. Our 2 wins coming in stoppage time. We were bailed out against the Baggies by Ben Brereton. And now against Arsenal, we surrendered the lead twice. And despite spending quite a bit of money on Martinez, Pickford, and of course Latin's region being a free as well, we should have been looking at the defence because we are struggling. But Martinez almost scored his second and then the game winner right at the end as Sommer makes the save. An action-packed game, a thrilling episode opener, but sadly we search for our first win at Villa Park and that continues. 2-2 and not a great result at all. Really balanced game though, this one. Very action-packed, really fun to play, and the draw's the right result too. A loss would have been harsh on the Gunners. They deserved at least a point and they claimed it right at the death. There was a debatable moment with Koscielny's yellow card in the first half. However, the Gunners still deserved a point, and man of the match has to go to Gelson Martins. He was fantastic in this game, grabbing a goal and an assist as well in a man of the match display as the Gunners leave it late to once again prevent Aston Villa from picking up their first win at home this season. The wait continues. And after the game, we can see that Bustos' suspension is over, so he'll come back in for the next match. And also the USA have just asked us if we'd like to stay on as America coach. Well, we don't really care about the friendlies, and right now that's all we're playing. But the World Cup in 2022 is in a year and a half's time, and we'd still like to manage the USA, continue the project with them. So yeah, we'll stay on for the time being. And it's kind of frustrating. We've played the Copa America, but other than that, we can't have any international tournaments with America until the World Cup comes around. Regardless, I want to stay, so we'll stay. So second of the big 3 games today then. It's now midweek and we're once again away from home, and considering the fact we're playing better on the road this season, I'm glad to be out of the country as well. It's our first game of the big Champions League group stage as we take on Ajax away in Amsterdam, as this really youthful lineup with some amazing talents line up in a 4-3-3 with Justin Kluivert starting on the left-hand side of that 3-pronged attack. But for us, sticking with the 3-5-2 for now, but loads of changes to our line. In fact, it's 8 in total, including in the goalkeeper position as Pickford comes in for just his second start this season after starting in the Community Shield as well, as Benteke and Brereton will lead the line together. Grealish the captain, Aston Villa away from home. Can we make it 3 wins and 3 on the road? Let's find out. #UTV. Actually, if you count the Community Shield victory over Chelsea, it'll be 4 wins from 4 away from Villa Park this season, to go along with our wins at Wembley against Spurs as well, and of course Southampton too. And those two last games, we won it very late on, right at the death, in fact. So, hopefully, not leaving it as late in this game, but hopefully we will return to winning ways after what's been a struggling start to the season, to say the very least. We need to pick it up here as Grealish looks to release Benteke, who bears down on goal, stops, takes his time, finesses one in, and there is the perfect start. Christian Benteke says, boss, come on, last year, Golden Boot winner, amazing goal to game ratio. I know Martinez scored in his debut, but are you really going to drop me this season? It's not up to me, it's up to the subscribers, but Benteke is doing everything he can to stay in the team, at least in the couple midweek games. Wonderful run, wonderful touch, wonderful stop, wonderful finish, wonderful goal, 1-0, Aston Villa. We're approaching half-time, and I don't want to jinx it, because our defence has been absolutely atrocious to start the season off, but in this game, we've been brilliant at the back. I made 2 big changes to our back three, bringing in Carter Vickers, bringing in Palmer Brown, and the young Americans playing alongside John Stones have played really well, and Pickford's done what he's needed to do as well. Still leading by a goal, and if we can see out the 1-0 victory, our first clean sheet of the season, I will be absolutely delighted with that. And maybe a chance here to go 2 goals up. Grealish to Benteke. Oh, the through ball wasn't the best, and Onana comes out to win it. Still leading by 1. There's been very little going on, so thankfully we're taking the only chance of the game, and we're 45 minutes away from a big win on match day 1 in the Champions League. And the second half does get underway as well. If we can get a fast start here and an early shot on target, that would be fantastic. And there it is with Brereton's shot deflecting off the lit and going behind for a corner. Got away for Benteke. He always flicks these headers on and normally scores as well, but instead it went over his head, and Ben Brereton said, don't worry about it, Christian, I'll get it for us. Ajax 0, Aston Villa 2, and Christian saying, thank goodness my bro from last year up top was there to bail me out right behind me. The corner over Christian's head, that rarely happens, but Brereton lost his marker, well, got in front of him, didn't lose him, and heads it past Onana and into the bottom corner. Ben's great start to the season continues. It's Aston Villa 2-0 up here in Ajax. Excellent start to the second half. 2 goals to the good. Well, our boys up top may have bagged a goal each in this one, but I've got to shout the boys at the back out here. Palmer Brown and Carter Vickers have come in for Socrates and Dale Fry and been fantastic. When Newcastle on the weekend, dilemma. Do I start them, or do I bring back in the captain and the Englishman as well? As Ajax still press and look for a goal to half the deficit and get back in it. That's a big block by Palmer Brown though. Do you know what? No, I'm starting Palmer Brown and Carter because these young American talents have come in tonight and shut the door on Ajax. Oh, come on, come on. I want to see out these 3 points. I want to see out the clean sheet as well. And Carter Vickers and Palmer Brown, what games they have had tonight. As we still lead by 2, and there's Kearney with the interception, all throughout the team really. The defensive effort's been brilliant, and as Grealish finds Pajac a chance to secure it, it's Lovre Pajac, Cerner's regen, bearing down on goal for his first of the season. Pajac finishes it off, Ajax 0, Aston Villa 3, and after a poor start to the season, this is what we needed. A brilliant defensive display and a clinical, lethal performance from the boys when going forward. This is going to be a very tough Champions League group. We knew that heading in to the first of 6 games, but what a way to start off on match day 1. Our first clean sheet of the season, an amazing defensive performance for the first time this year, and a brilliant finishing display as well. 3 good goals, 3 good finishes, 3-0 scoreline, and the 3 points too. Based on our defensive troubles this season, it was a gamble taking out both the captain and Dale Fry and Icardi. But what decisions, because the boys that stepped in, Palmer Brown, Carter Vickers and Pickford, who to be fair, didn't have to do much, but did what he did, was really good too. So a big win for us. Grealish got 2 assists in this game. Benteke scored. We saw Brereton score. Pajac score as well. But I'm going to give man of match to the guys at the back. Palmer Brown, who was a monster. Carter Vickers, who played well. And John Stones as well. They can all share the champagne between the 3 in a really good 3-0 scoreline. Our first clean sheet. And Bayern lost at home to Monaco on match day 1 as well. Interesting start for them. So jumping straight into the third and final game of today's episode, returning back to England but staying away from home. And I can't believe I'm saying this after the first 3 seasons, but I'm glad to be away from Villa Park at the moment. We take it on Newcastle away at St James's Park as we take on Rafa Benitez side, lining up in a 4-4-1-1 with a very good midfield featuring Mikel Merino and Isaac Hayden through the middle of the park. But as for our lineup, we're making some changes after winning midweek despite a really good win due to fitness reasons, and also Martinez comes from Benteke up top, but the boys at the back do stay the same. So Stones, Carter Vickers and Palmer Brown starting as the back 3, and Pickford retains his place in goal, making his first Premier League start in an Aston Villa shirt. Don't get me wrong, I said Icardi will be our number 1 this season. That will be the case, but for the time being, he's not being dropped. He's just being rested in favour of Jordan. As Stones finds Gnabry in the first chance, good fall early. Oh, Gnabry, what a goal that would have been for his first. Denied though, and eventually the Magpies will clear. We haven't really had too many fast starts this season, but after scoring early against Ajax, I'd love an early goal here as well. Let's see if we can get it. Barkley on the ball, steps inside, still Ross Barkley, excellent run, and another great save by Sells. Early pressure being applied, can we make it count? Murphy down the right, plays a nice ball into Leo Baptistao, and now Ruiz picks it up and finds Mikel Merino. Quick little 1-2, and again, as these two keep the ball together, but Lewis gets it away, and now a chance on the break here. Miranchuk to Brereton, and Brereton just couldn't get away. But Martinez does win it back, to be fair to our new Argentine, releases his strike partner, and Brereton gives it him back. It's Martinez bearing down on goal, and what a save again by Sells, who is just on one right now, and keeping the Magpies still deadlocked at 0-0. We've had the chances, we've had the shots, but Sells has been equal to every single one. Hayden shut down by Toby, who pokes it through the gap to Miranchuk. He's got Brereton to the right, Martinez to the left. Instead opts to take on himself, our young Russian, and finds a bit of room to shoot as well. Oh! Ripple just over the bar and behind for a goal kick. It's still 0-0. We've had a really good first half display, but the only thing we can't do at the moment is put the ball in the back of the net. One encouraging sign though, once again like in Amsterdam, our defense has been brilliant, and these two young American talents are making a real claim that they deserve to be in this team alongside John Stones. So second half again, still tied at 0-0. As that pass, found its way to Leo Baptistao, who's just squeezed one through the legs of Pickford and the covering defender. And despite the clean sheet away in Ajax, we're still searching for our first clean sheet in the Premier League. The Magpies take the lead. How on earth did Baptistao squeeze that one in? All the pressure in the first half came from Aston Villa. But how many times do I say this? It's the catchphrase on this channel. If you don't take your chances, you will get punished. Brilliant through ball as Baptistao got around Carter Vickers, and it goes through the legs of Carter Vickers and Pickford. It's the double nutmeg from the number 13. Brilliant technique. Newcastle in front, and we are really struggling to begin the Premier League campaign off, particularly defensively. Lots for me to chew on. I don't know who put in the back line. We are definitely changing formation heading into our next league game. No doubt about it. The 3-5-2 abandoned, at least temporarily, as Baptistao this time is denied by Pickford, because our defence is the only consistent thing about our start to the Premier League campaign. We just can't stop conceding. Still trailing by 1, and as things stand, unless we can find an equalising goal, this will be our first defeat of the season. So making a double change with 16 minutes to go, Christian Benteke is coming on. Brereton is moved to the right-hand side, and Green, who scored that wonderful goal against Southampton, is also coming on to play down the left-hand side. Can we find an equaliser to give us a point in this one? Brereton keeps the ball in play and crosses, and arriving is Benteke! Who hits it wide. We have missed chance after chance after chance this afternoon, and if we don't win this game or at least claim a point, we've only got ourselves to blame. 12.5 minutes to go, and we still trail. Just waiting for the final whistle to come any second now, and that will confirm it. Our first defeat of the season in all competitions, and it comes at the hands of Rafa Benitez's Magpies away at St James's Park. We were previously 100% on the road, no longer. Stopped by Newcastle United. They get to win by a goal to 0. We played well, but our finishing was terrible, and our defensive woes continue here. I can't believe we didn't score at least once though. 13 shots, 8 on target, and yes, we had a little bit less of the ball, but we were the better team in this game. However, simply put, we didn't take our chances, and that's just all you can say. We weren't clinical enough, whereas Newcastle, at the one chance they got through Leo Baptistao, but he won't be my man of the match. That will go to the man between the sticks, Sells, who made save after save after save, particularly some great ones in the first half, keeping a clean sheet and making sure Newcastle held on to the 3 points. Our first loss of the season, and a really poor start to the Premier League campaign continues for Aston Villa. We need major changes, and major changes now. And if it wasn't bad enough, Ben Brereton sprained his ankle at some point in that game. I don't remember it, but Brereton's now out for 3 weeks as well. So it's a bloody good thing we did sign Martinez then, because we're really going to need him now that Ben is out for the rest of September and a little bit of October as well. The struggling start continues. This has been a really tough beginning to the season. And so I think the last thing we'll do is simulate our fourth and what would be final game today, as we got Southampton in the Carabao Cup away. Just going to field a completely weakened lineup for the game, play the kids, see how they get on, because we're not fussed about the EFL Cup. Even though it was our first competition we won in the series, we've got much bigger fish to fry this season with the Premier League, the FA Cup, and of course Champions League as well. And sadly, we've lost. We lost by 3-1. Larry Evans scored on his debut, but other than that, well, we are ending today's episode on the back of back-to-back defeats, where after conceding 3 goals there as well, our defensive woes continue. preview of Chelsea coming in the next game as well. It's safe to say after a really poor start to the campaign, we could do with a big win to start the next episode off. But that will end today's episode of Career Mode, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like, as likes are, of course, very much appreciated. And you'll help the channel out as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic weekend. And I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode featuring Chelsea very soon.